Welcome. I'm delighted to introduce you to Premier World Discoveries, Landscapes and Lighthouses of Coastal Maine. Before I begin, I'd love to tell you a little more about Premier World Discovery. Premier World Discovery was established in 1999 and is headquartered in Redondo Beach, California. We specialize in group travel for active adults. You have many choices when it comes to travel, so to give you confidence and peace of mind, Premier World Discovery has many industry memberships. Most importantly, we are an active member of USTOA, which requires post of $1 million bond. Premier also carries a $5 million liability insurance policy. With over 80 itineraries across the globe, Premier has proudly been serving 10,000 passengers per year. With an extensive choice of destinations, you can be assured there is a perfect trip for every interest. Premier's tour packages are very inclusive, featuring first-class accommodations, experienced tour directors, and knowledgeable local guides. Transportation is provided using the most modern and up-to-date motor coaches. A full breakfast is included daily, as well as many meals that further enhance the local cuisine and dining experience. All baggage handling is taken care of as you travel along your journey, filled with enriching sightseeing and unique experiences. The Landscapes and Lighthouses of Coastal Maine tour include round-trip air arriving and departing from Boston, Massachusetts. You will enjoy 6 nights first-class accommodations, 9 meals with 6 breakfasts and 3 dinners, the services of a professional tour director, fully equipped and up-to-date motor coach transportation, all admission fees per the itinerary, comprehensive sightseeing, baggage handling at your hotels, and hotel transfers. Some of the highlights you can look forward to are a Boston City tour with Fenway Park, a Casco Bay cruise, the Portland Head Lighthouse, a visit to the Seashore Trolley Museum, a view at Walker's Point, a lobster boat cruise, Cape Nettic Lighthouse, the fabulous Booth Bay Harbor, along with the Maine Botanical Gardens, and finally a lobster feast and clam bake. So let's take a look at the road map. Again, you will arrive and depart from Boston, Massachusetts. Your journey will begin with an overnight stay in the Boston area before you head to Kennebunkport for 5 nights. Each day will be filled with wonderful adventures as you fall in love with New England. After a good night's rest, you will embark on a city tour of historic Boston, including the Boston Commons, with the backdrop of the city's skyline. The old State House, built in 1713, was the seat of the Massachusetts General Court until 1798, and is one of the oldest public buildings in the United States. One of the landmarks on the Boston's Freedom Trail, it is the oldest surviving public building in Boston and now serves as a history museum. The Old North Church is Boston's oldest surviving church building and one of the Freedom Trail's most visited historical sites, known for 1 if by land and 2 if by sea, and the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. Along the route is the Old South Meeting House, dating back to the 17th century. Boston's architecture has a robust combination of old and new, and a perfect example of how old and modern can function in harmony. Beacon Hill is characterized by quaint cobblestone streets lined with elegant federal row houses and still illuminated by gas-lit street lamps dating back to the 18th century. Whether you are a Boston Red Sox fan or not, Boston is home to the most beloved park in the country and considered the soul of our national pastime. On a guided tour, you will enjoy some of the famous landmarks in Boston. A stop to Faneuil Hall Marketplace is in the heart of downtown and close to the historic waterfront, where you'll have some free time to enjoy some lunch and explore some of the many unique shops. After lunch, you'll travel north to Kennebunkport, Maine. Along the route, there'll be a picture stop in the coastal town of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, before arriving at your hotel, where you'll check in for 5 nights. The next day, you'll head to Portland, Maine's largest city that sits on a peninsula jutting out into the beautiful island-filled Casco Bay. A scenic cruise is a wonderful way to see the landscapes and lighthouses. Also, visit a national landmark, the Victoria Mansion, also known as the Morse Libby House. There'll be an opportunity to enjoy some leisure time in the Old Port Historic District. Then you'll be heading to the Portland Head Lighthouse and Museum. Dating back to 1787, perched on the shore of Cape Elizabeth, the Portland Head Lighthouse is one of America's oldest and most photographed lighthouses. The Seashore Trolley Museum offers the opportunity to learn about and gain a new appreciation for the role public transportation played throughout history. The largest museum of its kind includes world-renowned collections of vehicles from almost every major city in the United States that had streetcar systems, as well as from across the world. You may catch a glimpse of Walker's Point, the historic mansion and summer home of the 41st President, George W. Bush, and his family. The name Ogunquit, in the language of the Algonquin Indians, literally means beautiful place by the sea. And you will see why. The most walkable little town takes you through Perkins Cove and Marginal Way. Along 3 miles of white sandy beaches, the coastal village of Ogunquit becomes a favorite stop for all who visit. Welcome aboard a traditional wooden Downey-style lobster boat, where you'll learn firsthand from your captain about the New England lobster trade. A visit to York, Maine takes you to the famous Cape Nettic Lighthouse. Dating back to 1879, it is still in use today and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. No trip to Maine is complete without a traditional Down East clam bake and lobster feast. Today is your day of leisure. You may love to sit back and relax at your resort or join in an optional excursion. The choice is yours. On your final day in Maine, you will venture north to Boothbay Harbor. Rich in maritime history, the peninsula of Boothbay Harbor dates back over 300 years. Boothbay Harbor invites you to experience quintessential Maine with its local charm and relaxed pace as you stroll through this picturesque village. During your visit, it is a must-see to explore the botanical gardens. What once was a grassroots effort that began as a casual conversation between friends has now evolved into the largest botanical garden in New England. Located on more than 300 acres along the mid-coast, the Botanical Gardens is a true Maine experience. After a fun-filled day, a special farewell dinner will be prepared for you. It is time to bid farewell, leaving you with fond memories of New England. Space is limited, so make your reservations now with a $300 deposit. Travel protection is also provided and must be purchased with your deposit. There is a popular saying, it is better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Don't you agree? By purchasing the travel protection plan, it enables you to cancel for a personal medical issue or death of an immediate family member up until the day of departure and receive a full refund, less the cost of the plan. Premier World Discovery offers a no-risk, no-change fee policy. When purchasing the travel protection plan at time of deposit, you also have the peace of mind knowing both the deposit and travel protection plan are fully refundable up until 180 days of your trip departure. Inside the 180 days, you can use the full value in future travel credit on a different program as long as you change plans prior to the final payment due date. There are many ways to secure your space on this tour. You may complete the reservation form on the itinerary with your group organizer. You may also send directly to Premier World Discovery by mail, fax, or email. And you may even speak with a person by calling our reservation department at 953-8687. An online reservation system may be set up with your group for convenient online booking as well. Thank you for taking the time to join me on just one of the many adventures you may experience with Premier World Discovery.